Look at you, Sia, with the sneak attack of doom, back with new music called Alive, and now the whole world's talking. The blonde bob is back. Check it out. Love it.
It's all rejects.
What do you mean? More rejects that people don't want? Are you joking?
No, it's all pop rejects. Like, it's all songs that I pitched to other people or, in fact, wrote at, like, the Beyonce camp or the Shakira camp. Or, like, I wrote with Adele, and then she was like, no, it's not for me. So I was like, maybe I'll use it.
So who was Alive for?
Well, Alive I wrote with Adele. So I was working with her for her record, and we did, like, 2 or 3 songs, I think. And I thought this one was such a smash, but she just wasn't feeling it. And so I said, well, it's a smash for sure for me. I thought, can I pitch it to other people? And she said, of course, but just can you re-sing the vocal because I don't want my vocal floating around out there. So I just went in to recut it so that I could pitch it to other people, and then I recut it, and then everybody in my camp was like, this is maybe your best vocal ever.
You are such a G. It's unbelievable. You're such a boss. It's like you're just basically playing fantasy football with the world's biggest pop stars, and then when they crash out of your team, you're like, well, I'll go score the goal. It's totally fine.
That's an excellent metaphor.
It's basically what you're doing. It's ridiculous. Right, we're going to play this record, come back. We're going to talk to the always wonderful, always unfiltered Sia Furler right here on Beats One. This is Alive. What are you doing with your voice on that record, man? Why are you pressing those buttons in Humanity like that? When your voice cracks like that and you reach those notes, that's not fair, Sia.
I'm pretty sure I'll never be able to sing that live.
Oh, man. I want to step into the studio with you for a second if I can and bring the world with me in there. When you're in that place and you're recording a vocal take like that and you know you've got to reach that level, you've got to reach that bar because that's the bar you've set for yourself. Is there any rhyme or reason to how you get there?
Well, in this particular case, I don't think I realized how high it was. I was just winging it. You know, all songs pretty much start lower than where they end up. So I'm just singing it through, really, and then I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then it's just like jumping off a building and just hoping that, like, you'll land in, like, on a soft veranda. I guess it was better because I wasn't really trying to be a good singer. I was just trying to get the song across. And then it turned out that it was kind of meant for me. I guess that's the way most of this works.
When you hear your songs sung by you, you know, it's hard to imagine, as much as you say that they've been pitched to other people and other artists, that anyone else could sing them. And I wonder that when you're writing these songs and you put your vocal take to them in order to convey the emotion in the right way to the artist so as to get the cut, whether or not sometimes, you know, you pull back because it sounds so owned by you. I mean, this happened with Getter. This is what got you into trouble in the first place, is that you sang Titanium so well, he didn't want anybody else to do it. And so I think, like, how does, with the greatest of respect, 90% of the pop world stand up to a Sia demo vocal? That's my question.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. But I definitely do, if I know I'm pitching it for either a broader audience, that it could be pitched to, say, 3 or 4 different pop stars, then I will sometimes use auto-tune on the vocal because it kind of decharacterizes the vocal.
It's also how most of them are going to record it. Hey-oh, here he is. Watch out. Watch out.
And then there's times I just do less now. So whereas I used to do a lot of that melisma, like that, I don't do that as much. I'm like, nobody really wants to listen to that much wiggly business, you know? A little bit of wiggly business is good, but too much wiggly business and it can be a bit boring.
When you leave the songs on the table and you know the songs are being cut and you know that they're going to make it onto a record, you know, I was once told when I got back into writing and producing with people that you have to really try and let go, because there's just all you're faced with most of the time after you finish a cut is disappointment. Even if it gets put on the record, it's been manipulated and moved around or messed up by marketing or this or that so many times, it's just going to lead to ultimate disappointment. I mean, can you let go completely, or do you still carry around these songs with you even if they don't break through?
I think I let go of them. I think really if I'm willing to let go of them, then for the most part I'm detached enough from it. I'm not too concerned with the outcome. There are some songs that's just clear they're smashes. And then there are the odd song that doesn't do as well as you think, and it's kind of surprising because you think the song is good, And sure, there's like, it might just be that the artist is cold that month and people just aren't interested anymore, or it's so out of your control, for exactly the reasons you stated, that I think if I were concerned with the outcome, I would go crazy. And I actually really just like writing the songs and singing them on the day and then delivering them to whoever I think it fits best with, delivering it to the next few people that I think it could work for. And then, like, you know, even just right now, I think I have like maybe 78 songs that aren't cut by anyone at the moment. They're just waiting on a hold. And, you know, probably 50 of them will never get cut, but I'd say 28 of them probably have a good chance. And that's if I start giving them away to people who aren't the cream of the crop of the commercial pop world. And sometimes I'd rather not. Like, it's better business and better strategy to either very interesting artists or I'm going to write with Twigs. Like, I don't normally write with artists anymore because it tends to dilute the process or just make it harder or take longer for me. And so it's easier for me to just write the songs and then pitch them. But, like, I think Twigs is really interesting artist, so I want to work with her.
So you're going to work with her?
Yes. We're going to get some crazy choruses. That's what we want to do because it's just insane that she needs to take over the world.
I agree.
There's something very unique and amazing about her. So occasionally I care about the outcome. Occasionally I don't. And there are times where I completely forgot that somebody even did a song that I wrote.
I'm wondering what comes first, the radio play or the check before you finally realize that you actually had a cut on that. You're like Dr. Dre. Got Eminem checks, I ain't even open yet. So this new album is coming out in December. That's all I know, Sia, is apparently there's an album coming in December.
Is it? See, I didn't even know that. I thought it was coming out in January. December is great. Okay, fine. We're going to do that thing. That's scary. That means I have a lot of Christmas competition.
Yeah, I mean, Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits, always one of those every Christmas. So what else is in and amongst your own music which is coming? And I want to wrap up talking about that in a second. Just while we've got you on the line and you're being very open about collaboration, what do you know is coming? Like what projects do you think or you know you have cuts coming through on at the minute? Because your fans of your music will want to know who you're collaborating with.
Sure. I think I have one on the next Rihanna album. I did have one on the Adele album and I was so excited. What's funny is that I wrote this one song and then I pitched it to Rihanna and then she took it. And then I had seller's remorse because I was attached to it and I regretted it. And then she gave it back to me and I was relieved. And then Adele heard it and then Adele asked if she could have it. And I thought, do I like the song or do I like $1 million? And I thought, Adele can sing the song. And then she cut it and it was so amazing. And I was really excited because I'm a huge fan of her voice. And so I was really excited. And then just recently, right after I cut Alive, the first single, which we wrote together, and decided that it was my first single, she dropped the song that I had seller's remorse on because everyone told her it sounded too much like a Sia song. And now I'm singing a song from my first single that everybody's going to say sounds like an Adele song. Because it does.
That's too good.
I'm like, yeah, it sounds like an Adele song because we wrote it together.
Right.
I mean, it's clearly a Sia chorus, but it's like so Adele in the pre-chorus. It's just like, I don't care because I just like singing.
It's like that White Stripes song, I'm slowly turning into you. That's basically what it is. Because I can imagine when you're writing with people, you know, you have to adopt their emotional standpoint. You have to put yourself inside their life to get there. So there's a certain amount of chameleon-like behavior that has to occur, and that is the strength. That is the skill of writing with people.
You know, when I choose to do sessions with the artist, one of the first questions I ask is, what is happening in your life right now? And then we try and write a song from their perspective.
You have had huge amounts of success your way, and I haven't had a chance to congratulate you personally on the fact that, you know, you came out, you maintained your anonymity, you conquered the crazy, and you conquered the crazy world of pop and show business. And, you know, you did amazing things in that environment. You used mystery for you, and clearly it worked for you, or you wouldn't be going round again.
It's crazy. I'm quite surprised. Everything I did was to sort of, in a way, protect my emotional sanity and my sobriety. And it's incredible to me that I won in a way that hadn't ever been done before. And I mean, being so fortunate and being able to risk failure, I think, is the luxury that I have that most people